NoiseBridge is an open source, non-profit, community-run anarchist hackerspace.
It's just like a candy land, toys and cool, things you can't do at home, unless you have a lot of money and a huge garage and whatever else,
I guess the distinction between like hacking and making is it's a little vague in itself, but maybe by making I refer more to like things with a little bit more hardware. So the rapid prototyping with like 3D printing and like stuff at the back that has to do with like say sewing or laser cutting. I'll refer to more as like making, and then there's obviously the like noise/sound hacking and other things.
I mean, if you just look around, there's electronics soldering, there's 3D printing, there's a wood shop, there's fabrics. Right here we have a music station, different people doing, and then there's all these different people like intersecting like in different areas. Somebody's working on music, and then they go over there and program the Raspberry Pi for their synth. They're sitting there soldering like Boolean circuits. Like the intersection between all of these areas is what this space I think kind of allows.
We're building self-serve local tea machines. We actually went to MIT. We were sophomores in CS, and we got into Y Combinator, so we dropped out to work on this project. Our college dorm at MIT is a lot like this East Campus, where there's murals on the walls, and it's kind of dirty but old, but it's also kind of like an anarchy, like commune. And this place reminded us a lot of our dorm at MIT because it's also very like maker heavy, and that was the case in college.
We just love how there are tons of like half-finished projects scattered all over the place, and the environment of everybody else doing something, kind of like a library, makes you want to work on stuff too.
So my name is Zach. I'm working on repairing a MacBook Pro logic board right now. I'm working specifically on replacing this audio amplifier. This is a BGA audio amplifier, ball grid array, very small chip. And I'm using our new HDMI microscope, which is my new best friend. I love it very much. It's helping me repair a lot of stuff. I am a member of NoiseBridge. Been coming here for about 8 years, since 2010. I used to do volunteer work with Food Not Bombs, serving food to people outside back in 08. 09, and people just kept telling me there's this new spot, it's like a block away from where we were serving the food. People knew I was working on electronics, and they were like, you gotta go there, you gotta go there. So I did. The rest is history.
I'm Augur. I do a bunch of things at NoiseBridge. I teach the laser cutter safety class, teach a Haskell class, make garments, all sorts of random stuff, work on AI. But the cool thing about NoiseBridge is that anyone can teach at NoiseBridge. You don't have to be some professional teacher of things. If you have something you want to share, you can just say, hey, if anyone's interested, I'm gonna be in the Turing room every Wednesday at such and such time, and we'll be talking about this topic.
The thing is, you don't need to be a member to make decisions here. Anyone can just walk in and make lots of decisions for the space and how it works and have their input and be heard. The only difference that membership actually offers is the right to veto important decisions. And so it's not a significant difference from somebody just walking in off the street. The idea is that it's an anarchistic model, which is based on a grassroots community model of how to run things. Maybe it's not the conventional way that spaces or
organized. But I think it seems to work well, and a lot of people contribute to keeping it functioning, and I do some parts from time to time.
There are drawbacks to that in that nobody is in charge. It's difficult to say like, hey, I want an RFID tag so I can just get in. Who do I talk to about that? But at the same time, like earlier this evening, the RFID was broken, and somebody went and fixed it because they knew how. So like, it's not my problem. It's somebody else's. Like that doesn't seem to be the attitude from anybody here.
And we've gotten some decent, rental rates, I guess you could say, for the area, for the size of the space. And as far as I understand it, the landlord is no longer willing to negotiate or renew our lease for the space. And that, of course, is a direct consequence of the gentrification that's happening in the neighborhood and the rising cost of living in San Francisco. As of right now, we're just looking at new spaces and trying to fundraise so that we can hopefully buy our own space. We won't run into this predicament again. Or just find a landlord or a place that's sympathetic to the cause of what we're doing here, because this is a community space, a not-for-profit, service to the community that hopefully a landlord would see that as, some opportunity to be a benefactor to the community, to create something positive.
NoiseBridge will not die. NoiseBridge will live on. If it needs to live on as a disembodied entity, as it once did in its very early days, it will live on that way until it can re-embody itself somehow.